Right now, storms causing problems throughout the state. Here's a look at the Driscoll Bridge, flooding, downed trees, and crashes. We are tracking the developments. Plus, Sandy, 5 years later, recovery, resilience, and the work that still has to be done. I'm Karen Lee, around New Jersey, around the clock. This is News 12 New Jersey. The rain is coming down hard and fast, flooding roads around the state. This is I-80 in Elmwood Park underwater this evening near exit 62. Here's also viewer video of water just lapping across the interstate a little further east in Rochelle Park. There are reports of flooding around Bergen County as well as the shore. Long Branch Boulevard is closed between 31st Street and 91st Street. Major flooding going on in Newark right now. Water nearly up to the car windows on Riverside Avenue near Herbert Place and McCarter Highway. This video was shared by a News 12 New Jersey viewer. There's also flooding on the Garden State Parkway in Newark. On the Palisades Interstate Parkway, a downed tree shut down the right lane on the northbound side of Interchange 4. This is a picture they tweeted out recently. Now, crews worked quickly and have since cleared the scene. And this crash also on the PIP, that's just north of the State Line Lookout. You can see a car hit the guardrail. There are reports of injuries, but we do not yet know the extent. Traffic backed up on the northbound lanes of the Parkway for cleanup after this crash. It happened just north of exit 109 in Tinton Falls. At least one car was involved. Several emergency crews responded. No word on the condition of the driver. There have been reported outages throughout the state already. PSE&G says it is prepared for the storm. They have more staff on standby. Officials are also urging people to stay alert because there could be downed power lines. Major delays at all of the area airports because of this weather. Newark Liberty reporting arrivals delayed on average of 2 hours and 48 minutes. JFK arrivals are nearly 4 hours late. LaGuardia about 1 hour 48 minutes. Departures are also affected. Check with your airline if you are flying today.
And if you have a flight out in the morning too, you may also run into more delays because the winds kick in tonight and they will be the strongest overnight in through tomorrow morning. So let's take a look at the rain situation first. Again, we have a lot of flooding issues over the eastern portion of the state. The warning has now been extended from north to south, and this is up until about midnight because up until that point, we will see more heavy soaking rain. The flood watch continues statewide, so even if you are outside of that zone, we could be dealing with some flooding issues too, as the heavy rain will kick back in and head northward throughout the later evening. So far we've seen 2 to 3 inches of rain down the shore. Ocean County hit pretty hard there, and the rain is still coming down. Now, the second part of this will be the wind kicking in this evening. The high wind warning goes up at 6. The wind advisory, this happens overnight, and that's for a majority of the state. Those counties colored in blue, we could see gusts of 50 miles an hour. The orange counties, and for us, that's Eastern Bergen and Hudson, the winds could gust a little bit higher there. Storm reports exactly in the same spot where we have the flooding rain. So more to come on this. That's a look at your weather on the ones.
When Hurricane Sandy hit our state, and you sit as the governor and hear of the loss and the damage and the rebuilding that is yet to come, you can easily become overwhelmed.
Today marks the 5-year anniversary of Superstorm Sandy. New Jersey was hit hard. Economic blows to businesses up to $30 billion. More than 2 million homes in the state lost power in the storm. 346,000 damaged or destroyed. 37 people were killed. Across the Northeast, it left at least 125 dead and caused over $62 billion in damage. Governor Chris Christie attends a day of prayer service at St. Andrew's Methodist Church in Toms River. He talked about being overwhelmed with the degree of loss and suffering in the aftermath of Sandy, and he said hope helped carry the state, plus the help of those who stepped up, including people around the world. The governor also asked the congregation to look for ways every day to say thank you.
It may not necessarily be directly to a person who assisted you or someone you love, during Sandy. But it is because of that grace and strength inside the people of New Jersey that we endured, have rebuilt, and recovered.
The governor releasing a statement today saying we are stronger 5 years later, including the rebuilding of more than 5,500 Sandy damaged homes that are now constructed to better withstand future storms. One of the communities hardest hit by Sandy was Ortley Beach. News 12 New Jersey's Chris Keating has more on how parishioners at a church on 3rd Avenue have survived over the past 5 years.
Parishioners with St. Elizabeth's not only lost their homes, they also lost their church to the storm. It dated back to 1885 before Sandy swept it away in 2012. After a year and a half of construction, it has reopened, a testament to craftsmanship and the warmth of a new house.
Beautiful. I mean, you just feel like you belong here.
Dorothy Ross has this home and her personal home on 1st Avenue, which did flood.
It's the first time since 1950 that I had any kind of water around the house.
At 89 years old, she wasn't interested in the stairs that would come with raising the house, so she rebuilt and was able to move in rather quickly. For others, however, the process has taken longer.
And it just feels like, I don't know, we rose from the ashes.
The Catanias had to first deal with their mother's home on 3rd Avenue in Ortley.
It looked like a bomb hit it. I mean, it was just a house from down the street here actually floated off its foundation, went down the street, hit her house.
With the help of grant money, they rebuilt and started on their own home on Green Island in Toms River.
We built a new one and we're back in since January.
Others aren't so lucky. A recent survey of Sandy victims statewide shows 22% of homeowners have not moved back home. Along the shore, there may be houses rebuilt and raised, yet 5 years later, there are still empty lots and abandoned homes that people had to walk away from. So the journey continues. At the same time, Sandy is still very much part of everyday life for those whose lives were changed exactly 5 years ago.
Even now, we look back and we say, I wonder where such and such is. And, you know, we realize that it's just gone.
In Ortley Beach, Chris Keating, News 12 New Jersey.
Well, statewide, Sandy caused $65 billion in damage. Stay with News 12 New Jersey on air, online, and on our News 12 app for continuing coverage of New Jersey's recovery after Sandy 5 years later. Coming up on News 12 New Jersey, heartbreak after an 8-year-old is struck and killed by a car in Jersey City. The latest on the investigation and more on the rising Double Dutch star.